This is where neo-Confucianism comes into play. I mean, but like, I'm joking, but I'm not joking. It's kind of funny where they're like, they're not doing school right. This is the most important thing. It's school. I'm saying it. There's got to be a good video on Korean politics and how insane it is, right? But not from like a annoying liberal POV. I know we've tried to tackle Korean culture and like the Korean gender wars, but I think it would be nice for us to learn a little bit more about Korean politics without diving into Confucianism. What?
This video is brought to you by Skillshare.
How about politics is ruining South Korea?
South Korea is...
I said, I hope not from a liberal perspective. And you immediately sent me the most libbed up video.
South Korean politicians are all morons! They will do literally everything to try and fix their birth rate problem rather than getting to the main cause. The literally everything includes a politician promoting Kegel exercises or suggesting girls start school a year earlier than boys to make them more appealing. What? What the f are you talking about?
Because I heard that it was a kid diddler. Yeah, I heard that it was a pedophile.
If you ever watched any of Bong Joon-ho's movies, you would know that the main message of all of his amazing movies is South Korea is a f***ed up place. This country is
Yeah. Okay, I feel like there's more lessons in it than just that, but what do I know?
literally ran by Samsung, LG, and Hyundai Kia. They have a horrible work and school culture, but by far the most important quote-unquote challenge they face.
Excuse me, sir, can this pregnant woman have a seat? Oh no. Oh no. Oh, I wish it was a joke. Not all South Korean men. Not all South Korean men. Okay, there's normal men out there in South Korea, but, and this is a big but, this is not just like a joke that randomly exists online, okay? This is a very real thing that some South Korean incels do as an act of resistance against women. Is not... Yes, shit is up. The gender war stuff is pretty crazy.
Is the horribly low birth rate they have. It is the worst in the world, and it's recently plummeted down to 0.72 births per woman. A country needs a birth rate of 2.1 to keep their current population, let alone grow it. And they're at 0.72. So why do the South Korean women not want to make babies with these handsome, rich, cute little twinks? They with the other guy. They asked me to give up my seed. South Korea is miles ahead in misogyny technology than every other country in the world. Among Korean men, there is a widespread perception that designated seats for pregnant women are an excessively female-friendly policy, to the point
70% of South Korean men think that misinjury is real and it's a massive problem. And I think it's like 79% of South Korean men under the age of 35 that think that way. Yeah. I'm going to repeat it again. Plus 35 South Korean men, 70% of them think that anti-male discrimination is very real and is a major problem. 79% of South Korean men under the age of 35 think that. Like... South Koreans watch Asmongold and go, this guy is too woke. What a lip-tard pussy. I haven't heard him say a single thing about how pregnant women are disgusting and shouldn't be out in society. What a woke ass this guy is.
Where it became a trend on the internet to protest this policy by posting photos of dudes sitting.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
In these seats as a form of protest. Imagine you're a woman in South Korea, right? You already have...
Wait, no. Is this the hand signal to say that like women have big pussies as opposed to this because of this? Oh my God. Is that their thing? Did I just figure something out? Am I crazy? Are they doing a hand signal to say like women got big old pussies or whatever?
And
What
on
are you
the
saying,
internet-
boss? Okay, we learned from our investigations into South Korean misogyny that this hand signal is considered hate speech. Okay? When you do this right here, this is considered hate speech in South Korea. Why? Because this means you have a small dick. Okay? This is considered hate speech because the incels got up in their fifis and were like, how dare you say we got little old dicks? Which is weird because you're doing a self-reveal at that point. You know what I mean? You're basically saying like, I do have a little ass dick, and it's very frustrating for me. Like that's basically what you're saying. It's a self-report, but it don't matter. Some dudes are like that. Tell the winners, wait, Oliviami and Parco Digital, go redeem your gifts. Goddamn. Why did that sign make you think, oh, I see big pussy? Because I know incels really well. And I also know that they have like the hand signal thing already. So maybe that'll be an act of resistance because it seems weird that they keep doing that. Like they keep doing this thing. So maybe they thought in their minds it's a direct response to this is by saying this. Because like people don't, a lot of incels, a lot of misogynists online don't understand how pussies work. So one of the common things that they think happens is like a vagina grows larger when they have sex. They don't understand anatomy. I'm not even kidding. That's literally a thing that incels think. They think when you have sex as a woman, and you shouldn't do that. You should never do that as a woman. Never have sex. Which is weirdly enough what the 4B movement is all about. But anyway, I'm not going to get into that. But basically, incels think that when you have sex, your vagina grows, and also that like your pussy lips grow too. Yeah. Like they think that your labia is not just like it just is not just like a genetic thing. It just looks like that. They think if you have like labias that protrude or whatever, they think it's because you had too much sex. Isn't that crazy? That's why my mind went to that. I think you're talking about elasticity and whether we get stretched out. Yeah, bro, what the fuck? I got you on speaker, dog. Dog, you need to learn what incels think about the female vagina, okay? I'm sorry. My AirPods just got disconnected on a crowded train. Yeah, everyone is now going to know that you know that that's not what vaginas do, okay? There you go. I just gave everybody a quick anatomy lesson. Your labia does not stretch out and reveal itself after having sex with a male partner. And your vagina doesn't also stretch out permanently. That's not how that works.
Protest. Imagine you're a woman in South Korea, right? You already have these unbelievable, unrealistic beauty standards where to be considered pretty, you have to be basically a supermodel. South Korea has the most plastic surgeries per capita in the world, with over 1 million operations happening every year. And with every 1 in 4 women aged 19 to 29 already having plastic surgery done, with men being 2%. On top of this, these decide to give you the largest wage gap on the planet for your hard work, and they only decriminalized abortion in 2021, 3 years ago. It's not legal now, but it's not illegal either. Me personally, if I was a woman, I would be crashing out and tweaking. Man, men in particular, but not literally, which is how the 4B movement spawned, which means no dating, marriage, childbirth, or sex with dudes. And when your country's laws about women are written by John Jones and Harvey Weinstein, with intense misogyny, discriminatory laws, and the highest wage gap in the world, it is no surprise this movement spawned in South Korea. You know what does not help either? South Korea being the most expensive place in the world to raise a child, costing around $270,000 to raise a child until the age of of 18. In second place is the glorious People's Republic of China. Taiwan, South Korea, your destiny is to be obliterated into nothing by a Chinese Dongfang missile. South Korea has this phenomenon called academic elitism, where basically if you don't go to the best universities they have to offer, your life is basically over. You're gonna get a shitty job. No.
This is where Neo-Confucianism comes into play. I mean, but like, I'm joking, but I'm not joking. And also that's why apparently, and I did not know this either, like so much of the scandal unironically comes from these politicians sending their shit ass sons and daughters into these top schools that they do not deserve to get into. And then they don't even show up to class. And then everyone gets super mad about it. It is the nerdiest country on the planet, dude. It's awesome. It's kind of funny where they're like, they're not doing school right. This is the most important thing. It's school. School is the most important thing. And a politician is making their next of kin not do school right. This is unacceptable. You will pay. We will punish you. You will pay for your school crimes. Being a nerd isn't wrong though. I still think it's kind of funny. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, in America, you know what our politicians' children are doing? Crack cocaine. That's right. They're doing crack. Okay? They're doing crack cocaine with strippers and also filming themselves constantly. Filming themselves with strippers doing crack cocaine like a particular debate lord likes filming himself having sex with people and then sending it to people. Like the same level of frequency. Okay? Don't know why. Don't understand it. Why would you do that? Especially if you're the son of a president, or especially if you're like, somewhat known and hated figure online. Why would you constantly film yourself doing sexual acts? Why would you send yourself doing sexual acts to other people? Who knows? Who knows the answers to these questions? I certainly don't know. Okay? I certainly don't know. But let me tell you something, okay? You know what's funny? When our politicians' sons are, doing crack cocaine, we pardon them. And the controversy is nowhere near as bad. But in Korea, you get sent to jail when you do stuff like that, which is crazy.
No money, you will be sucking dick behind the KFC on Daihakro Street for money. And then there are the Sky Universities, Seoul, Korea, and Yonsei Universities. Whether or not you get into one of these three universities decides your financial and social position in the country for the rest of your life. It's like parkour civilization. So there's a huge pressure on the Korean youth to get into one of these, which is why private tutoring has a whole term for it called hagwons, and why it's a $20 billion industry. Because every parent, no matter their financial capability, wants their child to succeed. And since Korean society is set up in a way where you need to go into the sky schools, Korean households spend more on private tutoring than housing and food. Because of these exorbitant prices, households can barely afford one kid, let alone more. And they also probably don't want to put their kids through the same education hellhole they went through. An 8-hour entrance exam? Real question. 48 hours with Diddy or 8-hour entrance exam? That the
I don't know, man. That's a tough call. Yo, like actually tough call. Because look, in Turkey, we have crazy entrance exams as well, twice. One before high school and one before college. And I can't imagine how devastating 8 hours is, bro. Like, that shit's like 4 hours. And it's hell. Oh my God, the anxiety, the buildup, the constant training from like the after school training. Wild, you still chose art after all that? It's not wild that I chose it. It makes sense that I came to America. That was my escape. I came to America where you have a joke called the SAT, where your math, like I maxed out my math. I think I got one question wrong. Or I think I might have actually gotten 0 questions wrong on my math, on my SAT. You want to know why? Because the SAT math to the rest of the world is a joke. Okay? And I hate math. I aced Calc 1. That was the only thing I got an A on because I learned it in like 9th grade, and Calc 2 And then I never look back. I don't remember a single goddamn thing. Don't ask me to multiply shit. I won't be able to do it. But at the time when I was locked in, going and doing Turkish education, it was shocking to me how stupid Americans are. Straight up, it's crazy. The rest of the world laughs at you guys. Your math skills are dog shit. Anyway, I mean, by you guys, I mean me guys too, because I'm stupid as well. All right, let's continue.
The rest of your life. Discuss in the comments below. The Korean entrance exam, CSAT, aka Kokskibidi ass torture, literally has killer questions that are bullshit questions just to make the student scores lower. A lot of times these questions aren't included in normal schools either, but are only included in these private tutoring schools. So already, if your kid is not in those expensive private cram schools, he's set back by this capitalist shithole called South Korea. And these killer questions are either some insane diluted algebra questions that have not been solved by any mathematician ever, or some obscure literary takeouts. What did Tyler respond to Kai Cenat when Kai...
Wait. He said algebra questions that have never been solved. like they're asking random young Korean men and women mathematical equations that like they have to solve like the janitor in Good Will Hunting. You know what I mean? Like they're splitting atoms over here. Oh, that's funny. I like that.
I asked her out on a date. Oh my god, bro. They only decided to remove these questions last year, so good job on that. But Koreans still spend nearly $20 billion a year on these private tutoring schools. Usually what happens in a normal Korean teen's day is they go to school from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m., already 8 hours of classes, and then goes to the private cram school, which usually goes from 6 to 9, already 11 hours of classes, and then the rest of the day...
Bro, this is how it is in Turkey too, by the way. It's not even a joke. Or was. When I was growing up, I mean, the hours weren't as bad, but it was like, I think it was like 8 to 4 and then like 4 to 8. So it was 12 hours total of studying. I did cram schools too. We call them dersane. It's a school that like you start, I guess you started at like 6th grade in order to get ready for your placement exams. And then değişen bir şey yok mu? Evet. Okay, Turks are saying in the chat, they're confirming that this is still the case. So basically the way it works is like you get by like 6th grade you start the cram schools so you can do better in your placement exams, because like if you do well in your placement exam, then you get to go to a good school, and then if you go to a good school, then you go to a good university. It's really up. It is really up, honestly. And in Turkey, you also have to pick your you have to pick your track in I think like 9th grade, I guess. You have to pick your track where you got to go teme, mefe, or what's the other one? Back in my day it was teme, which is like Turkish and mathematics, or mefe, which is mathematics and science, mathematics and science. And then I think there was like a third one. Maybe, was it art? I can't remember. Oh, sözel, which is like the lame one. But yeah, you picked that shit super early. Which ones you picked? Teme, Turkish and mathematics, literature and mathematics. My brother was mefe because he's more autistic than me. Sözel equals unemployment. Yeah. My brother was full science. I mean, which... ironically enough, that's what happened in college too. Like he went and got an engineering degree. I went and got a poli-sci degree. So girmiş miydin YKS'ye? Bizim zamanımızda YKS değildi kanka. Neydi? ÖSS miydi? Ben yaşlı bir adamım. ÖSS. That was the name of it back then. It's changed now. I'd rather be stupid. At least I learned how to write decently in my advanced program. Yeah. Öğrenci seçme sınavı. ÖSS, lise, SBS, ortaokuldu bizim zamanımızda. SBS. SBS mi? Hatırlamıyorum bile. ÖSS, yuh amına koyayım, ablam bile girmedi. Oğlum 33 yaşındayım lan ben. 33. Turks are shocked at how old I am right now because the old version of the placement exam, the old version of the placement exam that has been shelved for years now There's like Turks in the chat being like, oh my God, even my older sister didn't take that test. You're older than my older sister. I'm like telling them, yeah, I'm 33. I'm an unk, dude. I'm an old geezer. Sınavlardaki din oranı arttı, sen gideli, sen OKS'ye girdin.
Is spent studying at home before falling asleep and lacking on sleep. A lot of people estimate that they spend 12 to 17 hours a day just studying. Hey, why are the fertility rates low? Bro, if you told me I had to study 15 hours a day, the last thing on my mind would be making kids. I want to make kids out of spite of what this world has to offer. Because why would I want to let my kids go through this hellhole called studying in South Korea? A big part of their demographic crisis is that they are extremely urbanized, and as all problems, it always comes down to real estate. Over half of South Korea lives in the Seoul metropolitan area, because that's where all the Sky universities are. So everyone who wants to live well has to live in Seoul.
It's so nerdy, bro. This is neo-Confucianism. Like low key, but also it's not even a joke. This literally is the unimaginable amount of value placed on education and meritocracy that comes from it, even though economic inequality renders meritocracy to be completely, utterly useless. That is straightforwardly the reason why people are so invested in like getting this educational attainment, and it bricks their brains. That is what this is. I wish we knew what that river. I wish we knew what that river that is.
And also because there are a bunch of construction restrictions that don't allow for a lot of housing to be built. So the limited housing in Seoul is basically a bidding war between Samsung higher-ups, normal South Koreans, and the guy from Squid Game. And the bidding war usually ends in the Samsung higher-ups buying these apartments, renting it to normal South Koreans for huge sums of money, and the guy from Squid Game sucking dick behind the Shake Shack in Yong District for 2,500 won so he can keep chain smoking his SA lights. In 1928, Stalin started the first 5-year plan, and the goal was to move these stupid, dumb, illiterate peasant farmers out from the farms and get them into cities where there was big industry and make them make tractors and a bunch of other cool shit. By moving illiterate peasants out from these big farms and cramming them into apartments, the Soviet Union's birth rate crashed. In peasant farmer societies, children are usually encouraged because they're more of a free labor and not as much of a financial burden. However, in cities, raising children is expensive, and you also don't get a large family to help with farming. You're all alone in that Samsung factory, resulting in this, where you can clearly see that the fertility rates in big cities are much, much lower than their less urbanized areas. In Vienna's airport, they made the benches purposefully uncomfortable to keep people from sleeping on it. A real dedicated sleeper like me will never succumb to the capitalist invention of anti-homeless infrastructure. And even though these metal rods were hitting me straight in my hips, I had an amazing 8-hour-long sleep in this airport. Governments will spend hundreds of thousands of dollars building anti-homeless infrastructure just for me to sleep on it, when the only anti-homeless infrastructure that works is giving the homeless homes. And yeah, South Korea is cooked on all fronts. Not only everything I mentioned, but also their views are literally the complete opposite of women. It's like the South Korean male population thinks women are their enemy, because what even is this divide? It's literally just two opposite extremes, and
is so bad, bro. Is so bad. Is so fucked. Is so cooked. And then on top of that, you got the draft. I mean, you got conscription. And yeah, I think that it lights the match on a powder keg. You know what I mean? And people just like, they lose their minds. They're like, bro, I am literally sucking daily dick from birth. And then I get shitty educational attainment, shitty job prospects, and I had to serve in the goddamn military. What the fuck is going on? And also, I can't pay for housing. And then it doesn't even end. It's a hellish nightmare. Bro, South Korea is so capitalism on overdrive that the people that are supposed to be at the tippy top of society, the celebrities, even they go through this hellish scouting process. Like think about it, dude. There's no like, oh, you're famous now. It's cool. You're good. Like there's like 8 total people that get to that level of fame. Everybody else is cooked. Yeah, I mean, there is a term for it. Hell. Yeah. It's a satirical South Korean term that became popular around 2015. Hell Joseon. Did I say it right? They got Jungkook working in the mess hall, dog. No, him doing the military shit is not what I'm talking about. Hell Joseon. Chosun. Ugh, that pronunciation. Sorry, I'm not like super into. I'm a weeb, so I don't know a lot about Korean culture.
The chances of them getting along to the point where they would want to have children is slim to none. Because of this toxic work, education, and dating culture, South Korea has the highest self-end rate in a first world country. Recently, I went out for a walk in Tbilisi with Geopol, discussing important topics such as Diddy and Skibbity toilet. And when I came back to my apartment, my Lenovo monitor had broken itself. Hong Kong had disappointed me. The warranty people told me it would take 3 weeks to order me a new one, and I would genuinely rather be waterboarded than not have access to my computer for 3 weeks. So I went ahead and got a new Samsung monitor. With this, I contributed to the mafia, not so secretly running the country of South Korea. In 2017, the son of the chairman of Samsung literally bribed the president for a corporation favor that would benefit Samsung and then got exposed for it. The president got overthrown and Lee got sentenced to 5 years in prison. Then they reduced it to 2.5 years and released him after serving only 1 year in prison. Then, for some reason, he had a retrial about this.
Also, this was truly shocking, but I guess somewhat revolutionary when you think about it. But they get to stay on the board when they're in prison, which is literally mafia shit, bro. Like, the was still CEO in prison, brother. They'll be like, okay, we're taking away like one of your board positions, but you're still, you can still maintain some of them. It's just straight up mafia shit. Like, that's how the mafia works. You go to jail, you serve your time, but you still got your job. You know what I mean? Junior Soprano ass conditions. Yeah. God, the South Korean economy is so cooked. It's so crazy. But hey, Channel 4 says you're a prosperous nation, and you objectively are. Oh, what the? Someone's knocking on my door. Uh-oh.
Sentenced back to prison for 2 years and 6 months. And then when there was a global chip shortage in the world, Joe Biden went to South Korea because America needed more chips. And the new president of South Korea pardoned the chairman of Samsung, and now he leads Samsung. I'm really liking this monitor though. Like, look, I can rotate it and watch Instagram reels like this. I don't know what it would take for the South Korean government to realize that their ultra-capitalist society is the cause for all their difficulties, such as being an incel, pulling 2014 ISIS numbers, and the real estate market being horrible. Also, the 3 big companies, but mainly Samsung, have so much power over there that every politician is there to serve Samsung's interests and not the South Korean people. You guys already saw how Samsung literally bribed the president with 37 million.
No, it's just my mom. Chat, it's just my mom. It's just my mom. I'm not getting deported because I watched one Gattsu video and they're deporting me to South Korea. Okay, I don't know what the program is, Mom. I'll send it to you. I'll send you. I have an itinerary. I'll send it to you. Do you want it here? You can go check out the room if you want. It's big. It's crazy. There's like a layout. I'm stuck in the freaking closet. No, I there's nowhere I can move this desk. There's no other area.
Dollars, and that is only one of the things they have been exposed for. Just imagine how many secret deals have been taking place with Samsung's leaders and Korean politicians. I do not care how much money you have. If you're going to be alone for the rest of your life and also hold some extreme beliefs about the opposite sex and also never be able to own a home for yourself, no matter how much money you have either way, because Samsung exists, what's the point? And government-funded matchmaking events to try and get people to talk to each other is not going to fix the fact that even if they really liked each other, they wouldn't be able to afford the home because Samsung keeps buying up all the property to the point where they have their own little town dedicated to themselves. But a bunch of corporations have their own office towns. This isn't my big beef with them. I hope my Samsung monitor does not shut itself off using their Samsung AI to detect the words I'm writing and explode my monitor. Because people in Korea get born in the Samsung medical.
Wait, what? Wait, why did the video get muted? No, I can't. Bye.
This is
Oh my God. I had to mute the audio from 10 to because it got copyright claimed. Just play some bangers yourself and watch that part. Oh, it got copyright claimed. Samsung struck him, dude. Samsung said, brat. Hold on. I got a song. I got a banger for this part. Hold on. Hold on. I got it. Don't worry.
Where they have their own little town dedicated to themselves. But a bunch of corporations have their own office towns. This isn't my big beef with them. I hope my Samsung monitor does not shut itself off using their Samsung AI to detect the words I'm writing and explode my monitor. Because people in Korea get born in the Samsung medical.
Samsung nursing home. Samsung funeral home. Samsung Development Park Cemetery.
This is genuinely a cyberpunk dystopia if I've ever heard one, where one company controls everything and bribes the president. These huge country-controlling, family-owned companies are the cause of nearly all of South Korea's problems, but they enable you to watch Instagram Reels on a full 4K screen in portrait mode. Basically, if you're South Korean, you only have 3 options: Samsung worker, professional League of Legends player, or a K-pop idol. And when you become a K-pop idol, you are basically signing your human rights away to become a slave for a management company, where you live in dorms with your group members that are about to debut and literally starve yourself as a diet, usually eating about 1,000 calories a day. These women are...
You starve yourself for a diet, and there's a lot of sexual harassment, sexual assaults, and you can't live a normal life where you have like regular relationships because you'll get punished. That's what I'm saying. Even the most glamorous aspects of like South Korean life is crazy. Unless you are directly a chaebol, unless you're directly like the son or daughter of one of these like preordained industrial powerhouse baron families, you're cooked. You're cooked. Yeah, the name of the song I was playing is Cholima on the Wing. Yeah, you got to be like Mr. Samsung. No, Jimin doesn't have human rights, Sag. You played one game and now you are the expert, huh? Oh, come on, dog. I know about this stuff. It's not because I played the Booba game and now I know everything about Korean existence. I played the Booba game and I watched Parasite. That's why I'm an expert.
Than most men in the galactic empire. I mean American military. Because they eat basically nothing all day and train these dances for 8 to 10 hours a day. Aren't allowed to leave without permission and are not allowed to date anyone. And after 2 to 4 years of training, they might not even debut because their management company will refuse it. So put some respect on K-pop's name. You might not like the music, but the work these people put in and the literal slavery they had to go through to get to where they are is just respectable. Game recognizes game. If I was a slave for 4 years and then random American teenagers made fun of me because I look gay and have plastic surgery, I would tweak out. I would defect to North Korea and send one of their croissant...
So stupid. Oh, cultural differences though. I feel like looking gay is pog. You look more like feminine. Looking more feminine is good, right?
19 missiles to that kid's house. Bye-bye, Russia! What do you think nearly all the cinema that comes out of South Korea is about hating rich, big, corrupt companies such as Parasite and Squid Game? This is their reality that they're living through. Side note, on top of this, they require me a visa to go there? Ah, hell nah! You know who doesn't require a visa for me? The European Union and China. I know who I'm choosing. Like and subscribe and goodbye.
天上太阳红呀红彤彤哎，心中的太阳是毛泽东哎，他领导。 解放哎。
Oh my god. Oh my god. That video was from Gattsu called what was it? Why South Korea is so bad or something?